Well, hello there. Wanted to talk to you again today about Alex Belfield. In the next 48 hours, we will be in a position to know whether he has received a custodial sentence or some other slap on the wrist. Now, I think the judge will have viewed his YouTube videos that he made during the trial and how misleading they were. I also believe that the judge will have watched some of his videos after the trial, after claiming that he wasn't going to go on YouTube anymore, when he's continued to go on YouTube. But I do hope that the judge throws a book at him. Why do I think this? Well, it's pretty clear to me that in those weeks since the trial, where he was found guilty of stalking, he has made zero attempt to show any remorse whatsoever, and I think the judge will recognise that during the sentencing process. He could have at least made the slightest bit of effort to say that he wished he'd never done it, or he wished that he had handled it differently. But no, the man showed zero remorse for his victims. Now, this is my opinion, as is the whole video, is all just my opinion, just my ramblings, is that yes, he was found guilty of stalking 4 people, but the other 4 people that he was found not guilty, I do believe that he contacted them. I do believe that he harassed them. Maybe not to the level of stalking or simple stalking, but there is evidence there that he did contact these other people and quite possibly made their lives a little less happy than they could have been. But that's just my opinion. Now, I think he's going to get about 9 years. There's precedent on this because there was a guy by the name of Hardy, his name was. The guy was called Hardy, who had been found guilty of stalking, a very similar offence of online stalking. Now, he pleaded guilty. Well, obviously, by pleading guilty, that shows a little bit of remorse to say that, yeah, okay, you realise that you were a bad boy. And he got 9 years for his stalking. So why shouldn't Alex Belfield get 10 years for stalking? Now, this was a record-breaking event. Nobody has been found guilty of stalking 4 people. Okay, yeah, he was charged for 8 people, but he was found guilty for stalking 4 people. No one in the history of British justice has anyone been found guilty at the same time of stalking 4 different people. Now, that's quite a record-breaking achievement, even if I say so myself. And it's not one that I would be proud of, for sure. Now, as Alex Belfield claims to be a journalist, it's funny, isn't it, how now that we're all mourning the loss of our Queen, and the BBC television programmes are all just full about the Queen's progression from Balmoral down to London. Everything's just all about the Queen and King Charles III. And it's funny how his news channel, his as he calls it, his voice of reason, has dried up. There's no news anymore. You will remember that I did say to you a few weeks ago, or a few days ago rather, that Alex Belfield copied all his news, copied and pasted it from everywhere else, and claimed it as his own work. Well, it's funny that, isn't it? How all of a sudden, now that the mainstream media has dried up, Alex Belfield's stories have dried up as well. Now, This Alex Belfield is no journalist in my book. All he does is reads newspapers, so that makes him a commentator, not a journalist. He's not a political person, yet he's getting involved in politics by... He's now slagging off Prince Charles as well, or sorry, King Charles. So, but yes, hopefully within 48 hours, Alex Belfield, the Chancellor, will be serving porridge at His Majesty's pleasure. Yes, I'm fingers crossed for 10 years. That will be a maximum. I think maybe he'll get somewhere maybe between 4 and 10 years, but I'm holding out for 10 years. But we'll see. I really don't think he'll get a slap on the wrist. I don't think he'll get a suspended sentence, and I don't think he'll get community service. I think he'll be doing hard time, and so he should as well. Now, as Agent Stoolpigeon has also said about the number of people asking Alex Belfield, where is the money? Now, if you have positive proof, as Agent Stoolpigeon said, if you have positive proof that you gave him money for a certain purpose and he's stopped, he hasn't promised or made good on his promise of suing the BBC like he said he was going to do, you should really report that. So if you've got evidence that you gave him money to sue the BBC and he's used that money for some other purpose, then Alex Belfield has obtained that money by deception. Doesn't matter about giving it away, because there's no evidence that he gave it away. In fact, he gave 10 different names for 5 different people, or was it 12 different names for 6 different people? I can't remember. I didn't watch that program. I just heard about it afterwards. But yeah, apparently he can't remember who he gave the money to, so he's given 12 different names for 6 lots of money. That's right, it was £500 each, wasn't it? So he's giving away £3,000 of your money to somebody else. Anyway, I've rambled on. I've had a good few minutes, and yeah, I'll see you all on the next one. Okay, peace out everyone. Bye.